Welcome to the Downunder call for the 8th of February. This evening we have Ben and Blanche Morris.
Talk about a little bit about our story.
No, I kind of said to Rob that I wouldn't bother about going into it again because I think we've done it a couple of times.
Yeah, but
we'll give we'll give the short version, shall we?
Yeah. Well, I think there's only two of us on the call have probably heard it before.
Okay, so the short version. This is we're 4 years now. It's our 4th anniversary in SFM.
Congratulations.
Thanks. It is pretty much 4 years, almost to the day.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah. First year I did it by myself, went to Momentum Day, then Blanche came on board, then we kicked some goals, did some really good affiliate sales, then we changed tact, and we started a digital agency, and 2 years down the track, that's what we're still doing. That's the shortest version. That's the short version.
That sounds like the elevator pitch.
I know, isn't it? It's like it was that easy.
Yeah.
So
time to go.
Exactly. No, but to bring in a little bit of, I guess, reality as well to that journey. We were doing the affiliate was our main focus to start with, and we had some very big success, a couple of really, really big months, and then we actually had a really big year, and then we hit a massive hurdle in our own personal life, financially. We previously sold a cafe, and due to a whole complicated series of events, and thanks to an accountant who didn't quite do his numbers right, we ended up losing quite a substantial sum of money, and that money was our budget for marketing. And so we hit a really tough point, and we've got 2 kids. We were like, what are we going to do? This is one of those moments where we need to take some drastic action, or we may not. I don't know what the outcome was at that point. And so we started the consulting business because we thought, well, we better just start making some money, basically. We've got to be able to feed the kids, pay all our bills, and also build this business. So that's where we then started changing tack. We still had the residual sales coming in from the affiliate side of things, which was great, and did kind of help that prop us up a little bit. But the consulting was literally started from Ben sending out Facebook messages to friends, family, anybody we knew, saying, this is what we're capable of. Now, to give a bit of background as well, my background is traditional marketing, and we had then done, obviously, the digital marketing courses and through SFM, which supplemented that. And Ben's background, quite way back before having a cafe, was in web sales and dabbling in web design as well. So he got stuck into that side of things, and we kind of pulled it together and started consulting with people. And that has gone just from strength to strength. Ben as well went out and got a full-time job. Yeah. Because, you got to do what you got to do. And so we were doing the full-time job, working around that to build this consulting business, and to get ourselves back on top, pretty much. And a couple of years down the track, the consulting business is crazy. We've started expanding quite a lot. We've got a little team of people who we outsource to some of that work. We're actually at a real pivotal point in the business right now where we are 100% at capacity. I've started a passion project as well, and the digital consulting side of things needs to either grow or we stop taking on clients, which of course we don't want to just stop things when we've got this momentum kind of going. So we're kind of in that process of extending that team of people to offer more support to what we offer our clients, and I guess refining the services that we offer so that it is actually offering people what we want to do rather than just taking on anything, which is what obviously you do when you first start in this type of space. So so that's kind of where we're at. My passion project is coming together really well. It's I'm vegan, and my business is all around plant-based eating. And we're actually launching a course in the next couple of months, which again is something that I would never have dreamt of being able to do if I hadn't have gone through the training with SFM and experienced that side of things. So it has opened up a whole load of opportunities for us both together and also separately, and kind of solidified that foundation. But I think that pivotal moment where we had to make that decision to either basically sort shit out and get it moving or let it all go, is the thing that really pushed us to, I guess, experience success in multiple ways across our business. Because if we hadn't have had that moment, I think we probably would have cruised along a bit more on just the affiliate side of things, thinking, well, this is pretty sweet, and we don't have to necessarily work as hard to build something for ourselves as well. So I look at it as a great turning point for us, because now we have a great business that.
Yeah, and we're very aware of what we don't want to do ever again.
Yeah.
So that leads us to here, which is, one of the things when Robbie reached out to us, we thought the best thing we can do with either people who are SFM affiliates in the Downunder group or people who have their own businesses is we can spend an hour or so trying to help as much as we can, as we just did with Susan then. But if anyone's got any questions regarding anything to do with digital marketing at all, be it Facebook, WordPress, AdWords, determining your avatar, trying to figure out why stuff's not working, email marketing, anything like that, we are more than happy to give you our best response and help you guys, because that's, obviously these Downunder calls are great to connect, but it's good to give as much value as we can as well. So don't be shy asking questions.
We're happy to share anything. I mean, the clients that we work with range from ones that have, smallish budgets daily on Facebook to ones that are spending, well over $1,000 a day on Facebook. So there is a wide range of, clients and industry that we are constantly working with to build their businesses, and some of that may be easily transferable to your businesses as well.
Yeah,
so.
And I'll maybe lead off, try and inspire some questions, but one of the big focuses we've got with a few of our big customers is all around strategic sales funnel and thinking about our sales funnel. So that is, the more we dig into that, the more we realize that everything could be labeled as a sales funnel. So we're really, working with our customers on making sure we give away that value, no matter what industry, whether it's wealth creation, whether it's SFM, our BizOp opportunities, whether it's e-commerce, whether it's online education, whatever it may be. The formula kind of stays the same, but making sure that you understand your sales funnel. And if someone's typing, guys, could they just mute out, because it's coming through a bit loud. Really identifying where the holes are in your sales funnel is so important at the moment, especially if you're throwing money into paid traffic. You want to make sure that you have a really great workflow set up from your website through to your email marketing, through to your social media, through to everything. And one of the biggest things and problems we see with so many people, 95% of the time, the biggest problem that we see with people is that they're not prepared to do the work to figure out who they are, who they're trying to help, and how they can do that. They really just want to build a website, they've got a product, and they want to get it out there. And I think you'll find, particularly in SFM, but also in e-com and in just general lead generation online, those people that know exactly who they are down to the core and what their mission is and who they're trying to help, and how they can do it, what vehicles they can use to help their customers, and then have the tactics, I suppose, to be able to construct websites and construct communication and construct all that. They're the guys that are really successful. So we're right in the thick of that sales funnel journey at the moment, but again, the more we dig into what a sales funnel really is, the more it is everything. Like it's almost like PR as a sales funnel as well. So, given that sort of conversation, if anyone wants to talk about any part of their sales funnel, their website, their WordPress, their Aweber account, or MailChimp, or whatever you're using, anything we can help with, just throw it at us and we'll have a conversation.
And also, don't be, I don't know what stage everyone's at. So if you're at a much earlier stage than sales funnels, that's totally fine. So if you've got questions about any stage of it, please just let us know.
I've got a quick question, maybe not quite so quick. I've been with SFM for about a year now. I've been learning in a way quite a bit, and not positioned at DEA as yet, Elite Plus. More because I haven't been able to get the finances and the resources together to go DEA. So I should be looking at a bit like what Holly is doing there with like what you've got, a bit of agency going, but I'm only in the groundwork, just trying to think, right, how to get started. And sort of, I know I'll probably have to approach a few friends, just check what's going on. And this is where I'm getting a bit stuck on the strategic plan that you say that we have to put together in a way in what sort of thing to offer. I'm focusing on Facebook, mainly on Facebook, been trying to test things out myself and just trying to go down the road of Facebook. And it's basically like just trying to work out the funnel and what to put together in that way so I can start earning an income from that side and then putting that towards marketing.
Yep.
Yeah. So just to paraphrase that, Ange, you're looking at trying to reach people through Facebook and help them with some Facebook training?
It will be mainly businesses. So it'll be business. Yep. I might approach some local businesses, but otherwise I'll look out for different businesses and then offer some Facebook, either Facebook training or to help manage their Facebook pages or accounts is what I'm thinking at present. No worries. I just thought if I focus on one first, I'm presuming that's the best way to go forward. Focus on that one first.
Yeah, definitely. And what would you consider to be your main strengths in that space? Like, is it content production? Is it copywriting? Is it like what is it?
And so I don't feel like I'm as strong in content, and I think this is what holds me back sometimes on it. I mean, it's mainly a lot more on the setup and probably even teaching people how to use it really a lot more to the point. Would be a lot more of my strengths would be putting it, because I often do little tutorials on how to use things. So yeah, that would be a lot more of the way to go. But a lot of it is more to do with the setup and possibly help with the promotion of their businesses. I have run a Facebook page before because I've had a business before. Quite a long time ago, I actually promoted my own business at that stage with Facebook. So, but it's like, to me, I know you have to get into the head of the customers if you're going to be doing their content. And
yeah. Okay. I'll jump in with a couple of things with Facebook. Organic Facebook management is going to become a lot more difficult in the coming weeks. There's a big change happening to Facebook. This is not to discourage. I'll come full circle with it, so bear with me. So Facebook is changing its algorithm to be more family and friendly oriented. What that specifically means is that businesses and brands and corporate profiles, celebrity profiles, those types of pages that typically get organic reach to their followers, which is anywhere between 1% and 4%, depending on how great you are, is going to disappear, literally disappear overnight. So Mark Zuckerberg and a couple of the experts out there have said in no lesser words that brands, businesses, profile pages, their organic reach will become nothing. And I totally get it. And I'm kind of I run a digital marketing business, so I'm a bit against it, but at the same token, I totally get it because Facebook's all about the user experience. And I think we can all agree that Facebook in the last 24 months has become extremely over-commercialized for lots of reasons. So they're bringing it back to what they originally started it in the first place for, which was connecting people together. And that starts with our mates and with our family. So that will happen pretty soon. Now, what that means is we need to be on top of that and how that affects businesses and then how they can leverage it, particularly if we're talking about organic community management or organic Facebook strategies. We need to start rethinking about what's important at a business level. So the advice I'd be giving you is a couple of things. Number one, in knowing that organic reach is pretty much going to disappear, and private groups associated to businesses is slightly different, but knowing that business reach in general is going to disappear, I would be making sure that you align yourself with people who have budgets, because the only way organic content is going to get into the news feed is by paying for it. So moving forward, whoever you align yourself with, and if your angle is social media setup and social media management at organic level, part of your pitch has to be, but you need a budget. And I don't know what that budget is at the moment, but it's certainly got to be a fair and reasonable budget. So you don't want to be targeting hairdressers. You don't want to be targeting, delis. You don't want to be targeting butchers and mechanics and those types of things. You probably want to start targeting, from that SME type of business up and above, accountants and lawyers and corporate services and up. So for you to align, and if you are ready for that challenge, that's kind of how I'd position myself in communication as well. Do your research on the changes to Facebook, get listening to podcasts. There's all the social media gurus out there at the moment. This will be, in the last week or two, you'll find everybody talking about this. YouTube changes and Facebook changes are right on the top of everyone's list at the moment, because there's been significant changes. Facebook from an organic perspective, YouTube from a paid monetization perspective, there's some big changes happening. And it's all about user experience. So if you can become an expert really quickly in how that affects the user experience, and then how businesses can, number one, get on top of it. It's because it's really good timing. And if you can become an expert at these changes, people will want to listen to you. And then if you can prove a strategy, people will engage with you. You want to jump in?
I was just going to say, so you're looking for businesses. Ideally, like the absolute perfect client for you would be somebody who is already spending or is very active on Facebook. You don't want anyone who's just starting out, because they're not going to understand that they've got to start paying. Whereas you want someone who's already been quite active, who's had quite a bit of success, and all of a sudden they're going to turn around and go, what the hell has just happened? Yeah. Why am I now like dead in the water? Yeah. Because they're the ones that you can come in and go, well, in actual fact, this is what's happened. They didn't put out a memo to everybody, but fortunately I got that memo and I can fix this for you, but you've got to spend. And because they've already got that momentum, they're going to be prepared to spend.
Yeah. So it's almost like you could become a consultant. Exactly. That's a really good point. You could almost become a consultant to a business who already has internal social media managers across multiple platforms, but specifically Facebook. They have, do your research. They've got followers in excess of 50,000 plus. Don't worry about anybody below that. You can see that they're posting. You can have a look at their engagement. You can have a look at what's going on in their news feed. You can jump through all their stuff, and you can start getting an idea as to the type of customer that you could reach out as a consultant with, But I think you've got to, SFM's all about upskilling, right? This is it's no different here in that you've got to get onto those podcasts. And this is only if you are looking at going down the Facebook path. That would be my best advice right now, would be get on top of all the changes, find out what's going on, and start thinking about how you can help those people that rely on Facebook, communicate with their customers, and potentially leverage leads and sales as well, and how this affects them. Now, private groups works a little bit differently. So if businesses are out there and they've got private groups will still get organic reach. They will be treated differently to normal business pages. So that's obviously part of a strategy that you need to consider, and that's a bonus, I suppose. What does that mean? Do I think that a lot of businesses are going to be setting up private groups now? I think a lot of businesses are going to fall off Facebook, is my absolute opinion, which is the greatest outcome for those of us that care about Facebook, because it means we're going to have space again to breathe. So I think there's lots of opportunity here, but it's murky waters for the next few weeks. We don't know what's going to happen. So my best advice for you to raise some money in Facebook space, absolutely go for it, but you've got to become an expert, because what we've been able to do up until now will no longer be something that you can do moving forward.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not doom and gloom. Opportunity to learn.
It's a big opportunity. Anybody prepared to get in on it?
Yeah.
I mean, I listen to digital marketer podcasts and Molly Pittman and all that quite often, but what other podcasts would you recommend would be the niche ones then in the Facebook niche?
Yeah. Look, Social Media Examiner, John Loomer, they're probably the top two.
Sure.
You can get into Amy Porterfield's pretty good as well. I really follow Social Media Examiner. They have their finger on the pulse, and they're the guys that run Social Media World as well, which is coming up soon. So there's going to be digital tickets to Social Media World go on sale soon as well. So if you can't get to San Diego or San Francisco or wherever it is, you can actually buy, much like SFM does their Momentum Days on demand, this is a weekend pass to Social Media World as well. So I'd be looking at those types of spaces. Those guys are on the forefront of social media.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep. No worries
Thanks
at all.
for that.
But go for it. Go and like this is you know, there's a TED talk out there. I can't remember who it's about, but he analysed when a business is successful, what makes it successful. Was it product? Was it innovation? Was it branding? Was it timing? Was it capital? You know, what was it? And he analysed thousands of businesses, and the single biggest thing that made a business successful or not successful was timing. And it was like on the chart, it was off the chart that timing to market is everything. Right now is the right time to become an expert on these changes to Facebook. So yeah, my advice is capitalize on that. Become an expert in the next 3 or 4 days and go for it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What are the changes coming to YouTube?
So YouTube now has changed it so that you can no longer monetize. Do you run YouTube ads, Grant?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you might be okay if you're already able to send people to external URLs from your advertising?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's changed now. So the rules for being approved to be able to send people from an advert to an external URL outside of YouTube or just an external URL, it used to be 10,000 hours of video plays was the minimum. So that was kind of like the minimum level before they would tick the box. So you must have been approved a while back, 6, 7, 8 months ago, maybe, for YouTube advertising.
Is that? Oh yeah, we've been
that's right.
5 months. We've been on YouTube now. Yeah, 5 months.
Yeah, cool. So it changed to 10,000 hours of video views. Now it's changed.
Is that organic or paid?
No, just views, just total views of videos on your channel. Yeah. Now it's changed to you must have 1,000 YouTube subscribers and you must have 400 video views or 400 hours. I'm not sure. 400 hours or 400 video views per quarter.
Okay.
So again, YouTube is going down the same path. If you go into your YouTube backend, go into your Creator Studio, and then on the left-hand side, go into your, what's it called? It's like the monetization section. I can't remember the actual link, but then it comes up with all of the sort of options you've got for, you know, you like getting to the next level on YouTube. Like I can open up this section because I've done this. I can now open up this section because I've done that. Monetization is one of those sections now. And all the details are in there.
So if you don't satisfy those little prerequisites, what's it mean? You can't be sending people to your own landing page and stuff like that.
If you don't satisfy that,
if you don't have what was it, 10,000 hours of view and 400 views per quarter, what is happening there?
So that's, what it means is, so you know how you can set up your little slide out link in your advert?
Yeah.
That still remains the same. But the little, so if, bottom left hand side, you get your little slide out card or your little advert, that still stays. But if you want to use calling cards or anything like that, you've got to hit those specs.
Yeah. Okay. So
if you're currently running a campaign, it's not going to stop obviously dead.
Okay.
No, it won't stop dead mid campaign.
But if you're starting a new campaign.
Yeah.
We haven't been running calling cards on our recent ones because we can't track. So it hasn't. So let's say you don't get 400 views a quarter, you haven't had 10,000 hours of viewing on your channel.
No, so it's 1,000 subscriers and 400 views.
Sorry, I'm shit at retaining information. If you don't have that stuff, so it just means when you run an ad on YouTube, all you can have is that link in the corner. Is that right?
That's it. Yeah, because annotations have gone now as well. You've probably noticed there's no more annotations.
You can't do that. Yeah,
unless you had something already set up, it'll maintain, but you can't add any more annotations.
We had one one dinosaur campaign running from the Go Woe, and when it sort of died, that was the end of that. We couldn't do it anymore. But we haven't really seen like we improved on our end a lot, and our lead costs went down at least a third, sometimes a half, as what it was even back when we had the cards and annotations and all that. So it's hard to judge whether it's affected us at all, really. But
yeah, and a lot of that, like similar to Facebook, when these changes obviously come about, a lot of businesses just go, I don't know how to deal with this, and it opens up more space and really does give a big opportunity to people who have, first of all, got the motivation to keep persisting and work out the best ways around it, but who are also prepared to put the money in.
But I think if we dig a little bit further on that, the writing's on the wall. Everyone's going for user experience, and I think that what we need, like these changes, we don't look at these changes and go, shit, we've got to achieve this now. I think that if YouTube is making these changes, it's because they want to make a YouTube user's experience that much better than it is right now. So what that tells me is that I think there's merit in building a YouTube following and going down a genuine YouTube following, because it seems to me with those types of changes, it's almost like getting into a share, on day one of its launch. Is like they're going, oh, we've just launched these shares and this is our roadmap. And that's how I look at these types of changes with Facebook and YouTube is, well, they're making these changes because they've got a plan. They want the YouTube user experience to be less bullshit, less scam, less pop-up of this. And those people that are willing to put the effort in and build up an audience and build up a following, and therefore build up the content that their audience wants to see, they're going to prosper. So I'd kind of look at it in that respect. And the other thing with calling cards is that a lot of people will just forget about it. And they'll be like, okay, well, we can't use that anymore. But what that tells me is that now my videos that I do get approved for are going to have calling cards. So it won't be the same calling cards every single advert that you see. It'll be relevant information that slides out within a video because you've said something or mentioned something in the video, and people won't see it as often. So it'll be something they'll be more inclined to click on because it's being removed from the majority of people who will just go, this is way too hard. So actually, again, I see it, I kind of see it as a big opportunity to go, okay, well, let's play by YouTube's rules and benefit from it rather than just not worry about it.
Yeah. And look, I mean, YouTube has been a space where a lot of advertisers have just jumped on the bandwagon and just advertised without actually providing genuine value through their channels. This is the thing. So, in competing with Facebook, who is all about providing genuine value to build a following, YouTube has realized that that's what they've got to do. And so that's what they're encouraging everyone to do. And so, the days of just being able to advertise and go, well, it's okay as long as I just keep chucking videos up, whatever it's about, are kind of coming to an end. And those videos do have to have substance, and they do have to be specific to the avatar that you're trying to attract so that you can build a true following.
Yeah. But I get it. It's almost like they are saying, we want to support the people who are supporting us rather than it just being a free-for-all. And you got to respect that, because I do think that only good things can come from those people that put in the effort to build that YouTube subscribership. And it's something we've never considered really for a few of our businesses, but we've got one customer in particular who we had a big plan for YouTube this year, and we did videos all at the end of last year and green screen filmed and did all sorts of stuff. Then annotations disappeared. So then we had to rethink a whole heap of stuff. And then we were like ready to get approved. And then now we've got to build our subscriber base. So we've hit a few brick walls and it's pushed us back a little bit, but I just think that would be crazy not to, okay, well, let's build up our subscribers. Let's see what happens. Let's see how we can engage and have conversation with our audience through YouTube. And at the end of the day, YouTube's the second biggest search engine in the world, you know, whereas Facebook is not, I mean, it is a search engine, but it's not really a search engine. It's more of a place to go and hang out and connect. So the great thing about YouTube is people are actually going there on a quest. Facebook, people are going there because people go to Facebook because they've woken up in the morning, or they're having a coffee, or they're on the toilet, or, you know, people are on Facebook just because. Whereas YouTube, it's like, I'm going to search for something. And sure, it might be Jimmy Fallon or a Bon Jovi concert, but they're also going there to search for stuff as well. Which I think, you know, the more you think about that, the more it is the best place to be, I think.
Yeah, we like it.
Yeah. Out of interest, I don't know if you want to share any metrics, but what type of lead costs are you guys getting on YouTube for SFM at the moment?
So we started at when did I say? August, and we like green as no idea what we're doing. We're getting about $10 to $12 US, which we ended up profiting on, which was really good. Then we just we literally had one campaign running, one ad, just that's getting a bit. We'll just leave it. And that's what we did. And then when I was last talking to you guys at Perth, we had literally no business because the campaign died. And then that sort of made us go through, and we shot all new ads, started doing like all these different keywords, all these different target areas, demographics, blah, 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 blah. I just actually started to do the work to try and figure the thing out rather than just slap an ad up and hopefully it works. We went down to like $4, $5 for a while.
Wow.
And we spent so much, like when we were getting those leads, it was just like front end's going good. That was around the same time too that we changed our whole follow-up series to an actual good follow-up series, not just a bloody, you know, the video series and a couple of extra ones. We changed it right up. We did like a member one and an app one, a mem one, an elite one, and like the front end of our business was going great guns. But we sort of realised, like, we spent so much money because we were just like, we're getting the leads where we want them to. We're getting the apps, we're getting the members, our percentages were going up on the front of the business. And, then we sort of realised that coupled with we had a few weeks where we weren't really advertising because our ad was dead, plus then following it up with, I think, a little bit less quality traffic. It didn't really come through on the back end through December and the first part of January, which sort of prompted us to change things up again after we'd busted all our money. But we were lucky we had a couple of DAs come through at just the right time to keep our budget going. Yep. And then, through January, through January mainly we were around that $7, $8 US. And that's about where we are now. Today was $7.20. Yesterday was $8 exactly. And it's always around that. And we're starting to see the back end sales come through a lot better now, like just in the last 2 weeks probably, off the back of changing it up again and doing different ads. And just we're like 5 months in and we're still just really trying to figure it out. Like we've made money, which is fantastic, but in terms of being able to scale it to the much bigger months where we want them to go, we're still trying to figure that bit out. But in saying that, this month so far for us on the back end is actually looking quite promising. So I'm sort of looking forward to the next couple of weeks. But like we literally are just going through, still just trying to figure it out properly, And we really need to start doing a lot more of that organic stuff. We need to start doing a lot more videos. Like we still are doing videos, but we don't know much about building an audience and stuff like that. And I know that the day is going to come where we need to really figure that bit out. But at the moment we're just having a lot of fun trying to figure out the front end and then swing that through to the back end, and then like what costs per lead are we happy with, in what keyword area and all that stuff to get them back end sales. And we're just having fun with it really. It's bloody a bit stressful sometimes, but
look, this
God is like
I haven't looked at your channel specifically, but this, just keep it in the back of your mind that this is the perfect time to start getting a bit of a strategy for that channel as a whole, because a lot of people will be, a lot of people will start thinking that way. And it doesn't, you don't have to obviously knock it all out in the next week and start, have a massive plan for all the videos you're going to produce and things. But at least if you've started down that track, it's in your mind, and when an opportunity arises to perhaps build some content that will provide extra value, at least you're already down that path. Because we've all seen it a few times over in SFM when people are, going great, and then something changes. And I mean, look, the Hall brothers themselves say, they were all in Facebook, and then something changed for them. And, with their shutdowns and things, and what made them jump was that they thought, we've got to do what we've got to do.
Yeah.
We've got to adapt, and we've got to make sure that this thing keeps rolling. And they had that strategy that they pulled together quite quickly, and were able to kind of beat the wave.
Yeah. And I don't think, I'll jump on the back of that, mate. Like, first of all, congratulations on making money in 5 or 6 months. Like,
that is really awesome.
Thank you, yeah.
Yeah, good.
And I've seen your videos; they're awesome as well.
Yeah, good on you guys. Like,
I'm glad you said that.
But I agree with Blanche. I think that when you start becoming a marketer for your business, you stop becoming the person that started the business. And what I mean by that is you get so excited. You've said it yourself, your energy is amazing, but you get so excited about the challenge of digital marketing and lead cost and lead to app ratio and app to member ratio and splitting up my email marketing campaigns and tweaking things on the website and tweaking things in the autoresponder, that we forget that we're connecting with these other people on a day-to-day basis. And I think that's one of the biggest things that has helped people that have longevity in this space, is they continue to want to add value to their customer regardless of the result. And I think that's an important part of your strategy. This is where YouTube can really help you guys, like kind of going full circle to where we started, is that it only takes another 5 or 10 or 15 minutes a week to do a video that is of value, not to sell a customer into SFM. You've already got that system happening. But to add value to people that are thinking about it or on your list or discover your channel, and do it right. Do it the YouTube way. Like, videos on YouTube need to, like, YouTubers are YouTubers. They're pretty particular about the quality of the video, the titling of a video, the descriptions within videos, and they can pick a scam a mile away. So just be genuine and authentic. But exactly the same. I don't know if you post on Facebook or if you do regular broadcasts, but even repurposing that content into a YouTube video, so that every week you're building up your channel with more value. Like Grant and Elena, top tips number 1 for starting a digital marketing business. Top tips number 2, top tips number 3. Don't ask for business, don't want business, don't tell people what you do. Just say, this week in Facebook, this week in email marketing, this week in the real world. Just have that channel of you guys on your journey. Once every 10 or 12 videos, go, look guys, we don't really talk too much about what it is that we do. For those that are on our email list, you're probably aware, but we do run an affiliate marketing business for an online education company. And I just wanted to tell you about an experience I had, and then forget it, and then carry on and do the rest. Because for lots of reasons. One, I think adding value to an audience is where digital marketing's at, expecting nothing in return. Guys like Gary V have proven over and over again that that's the way you build a business. Stuart Ross has proven it. Jay Kubicek's proven it. The lifestyle team, everyone's proven that that's what you do. I just lost my train of thought. I was going to do that.
You've been on fire, mate.
Yeah. It's been a long day as well. The other reason, I was talking about the reason building the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Value. I'll get it back. Adding value, doing that.
Gary,
yeah. Titling. Oh, that's it. So the other thing is, are you platinum or black?
Black.
You're black. Okay.
We were platinum. Yeah, we're black. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. That's great, because obviously your lifetime value of a customer's up there, which is fantastic. But remembering this, that when we're affiliates, and I don't have the latest stats as well, but I dare not say it's still the same, that you're going to convert, and correct me if I'm wrong, Grant, but somewhere between 1% and 3% is what you convert into apps. Is that about right?
Yeah, it's sitting at about 1.5 at the moment. We need to get up there.
Okay.
We were worse than that though. Still profiting somehow, but.
So with a good broadcast strategy that adds value, and with a good YouTube strategy that adds value, and a good Facebook strategy that adds value, you can see 3 to 8% convert in the next 12 months. So again, a lot of people won't convert cold. They just won't do it. You know, they'll see your ad, they'll click on it, you'll get the leads come through, they'll see video 1 or video 2, they're warmed up a little bit and away they go. But then there's 1.5% conversion. So 98.5% of people aren't converting on the video series. What are you going to do to convert them? So this is where if you can get 5% more conversions over 12 months because of that strategy, do the math on that.
Yeah, massive.
Yeah,
massive.
Exactly. So that's where I was bringing full circle.
Don't. What Ben's trying to say is you don't forget the people.
Don't forget them
who are not converting because they're not responding cold. Because I think that's what has happened a lot is that we kind of with the affiliate marketing, we go, right, this is our percentages, get them in. The rest of them, whatever, because they're not converting, let's keep running the same strategy.
Well, it almost becomes...
But not forgetting those people.
And it almost becomes, oh man, I've got to do a broadcast this week. What am I going to broadcast about this week? Rather than and that's not the way to approach the strategy. It's like, you kind of got a Tony Robbins it a bit like, we get to talk to these people every week. What's this week's topic? Not, I got to do it. You know, you get an audience. You've got these people that you've attracted into your funnel. Don't penalize them because they didn't convert in 2 weeks.
So that's a great point. Like, I totally get where you're coming from there, which is good. And what we've done is our lead follow-up series basically stretches out over a month. The campaign does. And we've got, I think the video series comes through 7 days, 8 days, whatever it is. There's a few emails throughout that from us as well. But as soon as the video series, like the legacy's done, it fires off a campaign which will go, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. I think it's Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. And then on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we send out a broadcast. Like, that's when we try and broadcast to the list, like the entire list. Yep. So for every day, and we're not good enough on this, I will admit, 100%. But our intention, once we sort of gather that little bit more time and stuff, is to be really religious with that. So especially people that are coming through the funnel for 30 days, basically, as leads, they're getting an email from us every day. Yeah. I know what you're saying, couple that with a good channel and actual good value on YouTube. Yeah. And like we're doing remarketing with Facebook too. And I can see how that front end stuff is going to get better. But Jesus Christ, 5%, like right now, that seems like a massive mountain for us. I'm not saying it's not possible, and I know coming from you, it's definitely possible. But gee, that'd be unbelievable. Yeah. Like we could be paying bloody $15 a lead, $20 a lead, and be profiting if that was converting that well.
Yeah, but and that's the challenge. And 5 months into SFM, what we've been taught is, and what we've been given is what we work with. And as you develop yourself as a marketer, that lifetime value of a customer, I think it's also the lifetime value of a lead. You know, we've kind of got to start looking at those types of numbers as well. But yeah, look, you know, the other thing I'll finish on is with your own autoresponders that happen after the video series, are you guys measuring conversions on those broadcasts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and then we
tracked back to SFM.
Are they converting? Are your own add-ons to the automation series converting?
Yes and no. I need to probably pull it up to check. Mainly on the front end are our conversions, I'll be honest. We're actually getting a few off the thank you page through the app. We haven't even checked out the video series. But usually video 1, 2, and video, the last one, are the ones that we get them from. Like I think it's number 8, email 8 in the follow-up series. Yeah. They're the usual ones. But we do get, I've had a couple come off, some of our broadcasts. A couple come off some of the campaign ones. We've only been running our campaigns since about like the proper campaigns to our leads since about Christmas, I think, is when we started that off. Like we worked hammer and tong throughout December, like putting them all together. So we haven't been able to measure a lot off that, but just yet, like we've had 41 apps, I think, all up. So since Christmas, we've had about, I don't know, I'd have to work it out, but not even half of them have come since Christmas. So it's a little bit hard for us to figure out, especially how that's all working out for us. I will be honest with you, I kind of thought we would see a much bigger difference a bit sooner, I guess. But like once again, we're just trying to see what works for us basically at the moment. I know that.
Yeah. So always, I mean, this is where conversion management starts coming into it as well. You know, I think with your own things after the video, I would play with a few different things. I would certainly be measuring my open rate, number one, because, you know, we see that drop off through the video.
Is anyone else just losing?
Yeah.
So letting maybe 300, 500. You back? All good?
Oh, sorry, yeah, you just went quiet, Ben. Yeah.
Yeah, letting, 300 or 400 or 500 people come through the series as it is, have a look at your open rates, have a look at your response rates, because you want a good amount of data to make a decision on. And then play with halving the amount of broadcasts you do, because it seems you're doing a lot of broadcasts as well, and there can be danger in that too. You know, maybe having twice a week automated and twice a week off the cuff rather than 3 times a week of each, and see how that affects open rates. Play with subject headings, play with anything you can do to lift engagement. Because once you get your open rates and your engagements up, if you're still not getting the flow and effect from that, then it's all about the content within, and you can start playing with that. So, but it's the journey, it's the ongoing journey. Don't ever lose sight of the roadmap of, right, okay, once we've had 300 people on this email, let's have a look at our open rate. Let's make a change. Let's draw a line in the sand. Let's measure the next 300. Let's see what happens. That's smart marketing, you know, and then the next one and the next one. This is why the 7-day video series works, because that's what the guys did for years and years and years before they launched it. They split test those videos against everything. And the reason the other video series that Stuart did never came to fruition was because it didn't convert as much as the other video series converted.
Okay.
So I think, you know, in terms of getting that 3 to 8% on over the 12 months of a lead coming into your funnel, these are really the smart marketing tips that I would start looking at if broadcasting, that email broadcasting strategy, rather than just doing it and leaving it and seeing what happens. You got to measure it, and you got to like tweak it for change. And if you see 300 people come through and you've got an open rate of 10 or 15% at that stage of the funnel, and then you tweak the subject and it becomes 22%, man, that's a lot of people that you've all of a sudden got opening because of a certain change. Then you can start looking at how it converts and measure, okay, well, here's our open rate on email 135. Here's our click-through rate on 135. Let's make a change and see how we can improve it. And over the space of 12 to 24 months, I mean, this is a lifestyle business, a lifetime business. So it sounds like a lot of work right now, but in 4 or 5 years' time, if you've done all this work, your funnel will be so freaking optimized. It won't, like, you'll look back at this and go, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
You know, this is optimization it's smart marketing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. I've got to drop off. So, yeah, great to see you guys. Great to see everybody.
No worries. You're welcome. Say hi to Helena's for us.
I will. Thank you.
Okay.
See you all later.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Now.
That was a bit of a rant.
Yeah.
That
There
was
you
quite
go.
good. Lots of value.
Yeah. Now, does anyone else have...
We've got about 10 minutes, guys. I've got a mate coming over for a workout at 7:15. So
That's one of Ben's big goals this year.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Does anyone have any questions for us? Yeah, Susan.
you're muted,
Oh, you're
Susan.
muted.
Had to move it up the screen. Do you remember Marie Santos?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. When she was up on stage, she said that she had a welcome letter before the video series, and then she had two others that gave value, and then came the video series. What do you think of that idea?
Yeah, look, I think it's always a good idea to bridge the gap between you being the main communicator and then introducing Stuart and Jay. How you choose to do that, I don't think there's any wrong or right way to do it. My suggestion would be to find a few people that are out there in SFM land that are successful and subscribe to their list and see what they send you and get some ideas.
Just remember that the most important thing is congruency. So whatever the message is that they're seeing, the message that they're receiving when they have joined your list, that message has to flow on through. You know, so if your message to connect with them is, you know, about, like the lifestyle team, it's all about lifestyle. So the bridge between the lifestyle team and their advertising and the video series is very clear, because they say, you know, this is what we were doing before, and as a result of going through this process, we're now living this lifestyle. So the people they're attracting want that lifestyle too. They want to be able to travel the world and, you know, have an abundance of wealth as well, but, you know, be able to have those experiences. So any gap between that and introducing the video series will obviously break that congruency, and people in a split second go, I don't know what just happened, but this is not quite what I was intending to receive. So in putting something in between, you just have to make sure, because you want it to be obviously about you so that they're connecting with you, only if you're presenting you on the front end and a specific part of your journey. Do you know what I mean? Because there's got to be a very clear line between the two.
Well, okay, here's a simple one. My background to my emails has got a banner at the top, banner at the middle, bits and pieces, and banner at the bottom, and it's a particular blue colour. Okay? Yeah. Except the SFM email series is white, and it's boring. So the people I'm aiming to attract are visual. So boring doesn't really suit it. So I'm transferring it all over and altering some of the words in there to include things that's a specific. And I'm going, hey, do I do that? Do I not? So thank you, because it looks like the things, I keep altering it back to how it originally is, go away and come back and kick myself. I'm going to go and do that next week.
Yep.
There's a couple of things I'll say there, Susan. Number one, I think that design in colours and congruency is very important. The other thing to consider is that the email campaign that is the autoresponder for SFM has been tested and tweaked to be the best performing campaign it can be. So I'm always loath to say to people to change it too much. When it comes to converting on email, it is proven through many conversion managers out there that an email that looks like an email, a typical email from a friend, so a white email with normal text without any of the guff, is the best type of converting email. So if I was email, hey Susan, how you going? Just touching base, hope you're well, g'day, catch you later, Ben. That is typically what converts better than anything else. So I'd always draw a balance between your visual approach, your branding, and how you're connecting with your audience, and changing a proven autoresponder too much. We've done it in the past. We've rewritten the whole thing. We've put it from us. We've changed fonts. We've added images. We've done the whole lot. It never converted as best as when it was El Natural.
And on that, I'll say, like, in complete honesty, with all the experience that we've had with building other people's campaigns and having major success and with their campaigns, as well as having some success with the affiliate side of things, I don't know why it works. I still could not tell you what it is about those emails, because I read those emails sometimes and go, I don't know that that's grammatically how I would say things, but they work. So in that regard, as Ben's saying, you don't want to stray too much from what is proven to work, because if your motivation is to build a business that is successfully connecting with people that you want to spend time with, or develop a relationship with through SFM, then you need to fast track that success by using what's proven to work.
But the other thing as well is, I think that the personalization of your funnel is bridging the gap and introducing Stuart and Jay so they can do their job in that email autoresponder, because it's from Stuart and Jay. So if you're introducing them to your mentors, your coaches, and then Stuart and Jay take over, it makes total sense that you don't have to touch that.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yep.
You know what I mean? And then remember, the whole idea with SFM is just get the leads into the system and let the system do the job. So bridging the gap between the conversations that you've been having and introducing, yeah, absolutely. Have that Susanified, no problems at all. But then I'd introduce Stuart and Jay and let them take over. And then at the end of the video series, those people that are still in it, that haven't upgraded to app, therefore in a different list, or haven't upgraded to member, therefore in a different list, then you come back in. Hey guys, how did you find the video series? Ask me any questions, I'm here for you. Do you know what I mean?
I love it. Thank you. It's actually blending the best of both worlds.
Yeah. And it's less work.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense. And since I've already written the welcome and the this and that, I can just go swap it back and leave it there now and add a little bit. No, hang on, he's already introduced. I'll just say on the white background.
Yeah.
Suits me. Yeah.
That's good.
A natural. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So does anyone else have any questions before we depart? Ange?
All good, thank you.
Good.
No worries. We'll wrap it up there.
Guys, I do just want to say one more thing before we wrap up. And I preach this to so many people in SFM, and I would have to say that the vast majority do not take this advice. You are surrounded by or connected to people who are doing really, really well in this space. Now, all you have to do is reach out to people. You might not get, a response from someone who is insane busy, and, I'm not saying that the Hall brothers wouldn't reply, but, like if they're in transit, they might not respond, but there will be someone. If you email enough people, someone will respond and help you. We have our own members even. We have some members who, one day will just go, well, it's just not working for me. And we kind of go, well, how many times did we say, ask us for help? We are here to help. Everybody in the community is willing to help, and everybody's had a different experience. And don't ever sit there going, I don't know what to do here. Like, whatever the dilemma is, whether it is to do with your email marketing campaign, whether it's to do with a Facebook campaign or organic marketing, or, generally even just building a different type of business, whether it's like a consulting business or something completely unrelated, like, my food related business. If you're looking to build some aspect of this business space, affiliate or otherwise, send out emails to people, brief introduction, bit of information about your background, get straight to the point. What do you need to know to move to the next space? Are you available to help? Don't be offended if they say no. Don't be offended if they don't reply. Out of those, say, 10 people you contact, someone will have the time or the information to help you. Because it's just crazy that we have so many people with so much knowledge available to us in this community, and yet so many people sit and don't have that success because they're too scared, or they don't want to impose. They don't want to, you know, take up someone else's time when they're really busy. That's not what SFM is about. It's about sharing and giving back. So get responses back.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Nice to have you on again.
No worries, Rob. Good to see you again, mate.
Yeah, no worries. We'll catch you all next time. See ya.
All right. Bye, everyone. See ya.
Bye.